What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of the Hivemind Podcast. I'm Pone Cakes. With me today, we have Papa Tez, Pio Pico, and our boy Nine. Man, guys, how was your Christmas? How has it been this week? Tez, you
I
want to lead us off?
I'll lead us off, man. I say for me, it's kind of chill. Spend some time with the family and stuff like that. Um, I did at least attempt to have rest, but I don't know. Yesterday was the first day in almost 2 weeks that I actually got 8 hours of sleep. It's just constant. I can't get my butt to bed on time, even if I try to get to bed on time. But it's health issues and stuff. But besides that, we've been good. It's been nice. Bunch of game releases.
Oh yeah,
Too many.
Oh man, did you buy anything good? Did you get anything good? How was the haul? What are we talking? Anything spicy?
Nah, nothing for me, man.
No,
I got it all. I
nothing
got
for
what
you.
I need right now, man. The PC's built, so
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
the Christmas present would have been something related to the PC. But man, if I had to buy the amount of with the memory that I have in my PC right now, the memory alone, $800.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Ooh.
Memory, the price of memory has just been insane lately, right?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, 2026 is supposed to get a lot better, right? I think they're.
Oh yeah.
I think it's. I don't know if it's. I forgot who. It's either Corsair or somebody else is supposed to be coming out with some new sticks. So, fingers crossed. The price of that stuff starts to come down a little bit. So
I know. So that's the fancy for me, man. The fancy for me.
What about you, Nine? How was your Christmas?
That was good, pretty chill. I like to have pretty chill Christmas. I'm not a big go to all the family, extended family and whatnot. Just chilled out. But I got myself some Godforge spending money. Getting the getting the whole aligned. Get some Godforge spending money in there.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if Simon would just release the founders packs, you kind of be able to buy or spend. So spend that Godforge money. So.
That's right. I think we're all premium in the mini game, right? So
spend.
I won't say how much I've spent on the mini game so far, but let's just say I'll have some giveaway accounts or whatever as we get closer. So that'll be pretty cool.
Crazy.
Yeah. But what about you, Pio? How was your Christmas, man?
Well, it's been uneventful for me. It was like Christmas dinner with the family, and that's about it. Otherwise, I've been gaming hard, playing the mini game.
Yeah.
Love
it. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. See, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, what about you?
Oh no, for me, let's see. Well, a lot of family came over. Typical kids all over the place. Older boys, they got a bunch. They get away with murder. Lots of gift cards. I'm finally happy that they've reached the age where it's like, Dad, just give me cash or gift cards. So it's been, great for me, horrible for the wife, right? So the wife is having an emotional breakdown where, we're not getting up at 6:00 in the morning and matching PJs, putting, I don't have to put bikes together anymore, at 4:00 in the morning. And so,
but it's family bonding time.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I said, look, our luck will be probably grandparents before we know it in the next handful of years. So we'll get to repeat the process all over again. So
that's true.
Yeah, but other than that, man, just a lot of food. We have a lot of food. We eat a lot. Saw the in-laws, saw my parents and everything else. But other than that, it was a pretty uneventful year. Got some, the kids got some, nice PC upgrades and everything else. Kiddo got youngest got a new baseball bat and some baseball stuff. And outside of that, man, just very laid back, outside of making 50 more mini game accounts to sit there and roll for whatever. Nothing's been eventful. So
that's so insane to me, man. That's so insane.
Well, what are we up to now? I think we're at 400 accounts.
Probably close to over the Hivemind.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So, but you gotta make sure everybody gets their stuff, right?
I see. We're gonna have plenty of accounts. I know that much.
I think I'm 3 accounts away from having one of each legendary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I've got Izanami and a couple others that are left. Cizin, I think, is one.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of the mini game, Simon did release the new, all the new gods or whatever that we kind of needed some info. Kind of bummed he didn't release the basics, but we got the cores and the ultimates we can talk about for the most part. And but I think the one thing that we were able to release to the public so far is all the resources. I mean, I think we did a god tier list, an imprint tier list, a weapon tier list, and I even think one of our newer members, Salios, put together like the waifu tier list or whatever, like the hot or not tier list, which just kind of made me chuckle.
Yeah.
So
also you also got the divinity calculator. So if you're worried about like how many days you need to get the 55k, like he made a little calculator for you guys.
Yep.
So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I think all of it's on we put that all on the main Discord, right? I think.
Yeah.
So it's like either get on the main Discord or hop in the Hivemind Discord. You can find it in the recruitment channel of the main Discord. Come join it. A lot of our stuff we put in our public stuff, our public chat. Come hang out, talk to us. But shoot, you guys want to have I figure try not to make this one too long. But I figure we can knock out all those gods that Simon kind of like pseudo spoiled or whatever, and kind of give our thoughts on,
at
where
least
they kind of fit in the overall,
Yeah, basically like the ones that we have, a lot of the new ones that people haven't seen before. For the most part, everything else has been put out there. There is typically a video for it. So ones like Wukong, there's a video out there for it. Loki, he's already been sent out there. Dracula, and then there's one of them. Trying to think.
Right? Ra was the one that was
Yeah.
So all of them have videos out there on those that break down the kit, including the base on those. So the ones that we'll be discussing today, ideally, will be not really many of those. We may touch on them a little bit, but they will be the ones that Simon put out there, and a little bit of what we think about them.
Yeah, I think a couple of them are strong contenders once once the basic and everything is kind of thrown out there. It's going to be, in my opinion, I still think it's going to be, from what I've seen, it's still going to be kind of hard to kind of dethrone kind of the GOATs. But let's I guess we can start looking at it, right? So we have Artemis. So Artemis, her core is attack all enemies, which, I mean, the modifier on this ability alone is just pretty insane. 350% attack 3 times, increasing this hero's divinity by 1% for each enemy hit. So potential of up to 5 or 6%, divinity every time you use it. Ultimate's 1 attack, 400% attack, increases the damage inflicted by 10% for each defeated enemy. Gain 40 divinity when inflicting damage to an enemy. Gain an additional 100 divinity when defeating an enemy. So potential to, charge that up pretty quickly. And then, the imprints, after defeating an enemy, this hero's next attack will inflict 25% increased damage, which just seems, again, broken with a core that, I mean, I think, to my knowledge, it's one of the strongest, if not the strongest core planned for the game,
by far,
right? Yeah.
By far.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have been saying that it's likely a typo. And, like, I think we all kind of agree that it probably is. But, like, her kit seems to be, like, she's, like, the basic Slayer. Like she's very basic. We don't know her core, obviously. Or, sorry, we don't know her basic, but her core is, like, she's very bread and butter, like what a Slayer should do. It's like, I wouldn't mind seeing a pretty high multiplier on something like this on a basic core and just have her be the quintessential wave clearer, nuker, whatever we want to call it.
It'll be great. Also, really, really quick, just to make sure everybody remembers, all of these things are subject to change. So what we see now may not necessarily be what we see going forward. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like with modifiers like that, I'm perfectly fine if we're not getting debuffs or anything else. Like if she's just gonna hit like a truck, like, I mean, this is the that's the type of unit that, I like I said, I'm big into PvP minded, PvP centric. Like that man, that seems, you get a crit cap doing some ridiculous crit damage. That's like, okay, I could see going in there and just cleaving an entire team with those modifiers.
The other side of it too, though, added to what you're saying, if she can cleave even just 1, that makes her next cleave that much more powerful.
Yeah, we have no idea what the basic can do. So there's a strong chance that, I mean, from a damage dealing perspective, I think she's up there. I don't know if, in my opinion, my take on her is I don't know if she brings the same flexibility, sustainability, and everything that, let's say, like Wukong or some of our other, top tier slayers. It's going to be hard to
our
compare anybody to
philosophy is
Wukong. So
don't pick a Slayer for these mini games. Like Wukong is, in my opinion, the only exception, and that's like I would still take a support over Wukong, because at the end of the day, if you got no one supporting this guy, that's gonna they're gonna fall over, right? They're gonna fall over. It's gonna be hard. But like overall for me, Artemis is just like nothing super special. Like probably gonna hit really hard, even if that multiplier is wrong. It's probably gonna hit pretty hard, and wouldn't recommend for the mini game, but like will be a cool unit, I'm sure, in some later accounts for like fast cleave teams. For arena.
Pio, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. I mean a Slayer needs to hit hard as well. I mean her kit just screams, I want to kill stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Next up, Athena core, which is pretty solid. 400% defense on, I guess it's a shield. I think that's
a shield.
Allies.
It should be a shield.
And then reduces damage inflicted to all allies by 5%, stacking up to 3 times, which is, DR with the shield, really solid. Ultimate attack all enemies, 210% defense plus 110% attack. Modifiers increases the damage over of the next ultimate by 3% each time an ally is attacked under shield. Generators gain 40 divinity when hit by an enemy, and then in my opinion, a really, really, really strong imprint. And when an ally under shield is attacked, they have a 35% chance to place Petrify on them for 1.
Yeah, and that's gonna be bonkers for PvP, but also PvE for waves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, so it's the fact that the shield, the core itself. It's again really solid. I like the DR. Again, I don't know if it replaces shield plus retaliate and everything else. So it's mini game wise. I think she's probably like. I'm not upset if I get her in the mini game, and I just don't pull like a Heimdall or whatever else, right? But it's definitely one of those to where I don't know. It's like I'm excited for her PvP, but it's not for pushing, like clearing all the content and the game with her. So it's
definitely not.
One thing to also note about her ultimate is that we just don't know what the stacking damage is applied to. We don't know if this is her ult or anybody's ult. And that really does change up her effectiveness, because if it's on the next ultimate, you could stack up a Slayer with 30-60% damage. You get hit a lot, right? Used to. So like,
I think to get some clarification on like that syntax and everything else, because it's like if it's hers and it's like okay, like if you can literally stack it to where you're getting X% more damage on on any of your overpowered Slayers, then I could see it being really, really, really useful. So,
and from Alpha, it's always these increased damages are multiplicative with each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're not additive, so it like gets better and better.
Yeah,
like you said, Bon, if you had pulled her for the mini game, you might have chosen her if you didn't pull anything else. I pulled her, and when Simon released the video, I saw her kit. I was like, damn, this is good.
Yep.
Then I pulled Quetz, so I switched.
No, well, it's it's
you know how I feel about Quetz.
Pretzel's pretzel, man. Like he does a lot of crazy things.
But she's still solid defender.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely thinking that or just not S, but it's definitely she's definitely a playable unit. So Cizin.
Let me talk about Cizin, because do you know I love me some dot teams. Oh my goodness.
Let us know about Cizin, Taz.
Man, Cizin, number 1 with the attack all enemies. He hits pretty hard. We're hoping that's a pretty hard hit.
Mm-hmm.
But the 75% chance to place Blaze on each target for 2 turns is amazing. His ultimate basically hits everyone, and he activates Acid and Blaze on each target. Then he also applies
should be accuracy up.
Yeah, accuracy up, I think, on him for 1 turn, which is really, really good. Then he also gains 50 divinity when inflicting damage to an enemy under Acid or Blaze. So that's really good, especially if he has a low know,
With a divinity
ultimate.
count, yeah.
Yeah, if he has a little divinity count, that makes it amazing.
Yep.
The imprint also too is very, very nice, where this hero inflicts 15% increased damage with AoE attacks when attacking enemies under blaze.
Yeah.
So to me, this is kind of like a mixture thing. Now, taking this right off the bat, again, like I said, I think that this kid is absolutely amazing overall. But this is gonna be great for low-end content, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as like clearing through low-end content and cycling through and maybe clearing some low-end bosses. We don't know how effective this is gonna be later on. And plus the type of setup that you need to make this kid work. I mean, ideally, you're stacking up enough blaze and enough acid and popping it on each wave and then getting to the boss and probably popping all of them and hopefully kill them in one turn or kill them in 2 turns. If you're not doing that, then it's not going to feel that good.
Yeah, and his imprint works so well with this kit. Now, of course, we don't know what his base does, but it could potentially also be an attack all enemies. We don't know that yet. But then it would be like super good for his kit.
I'd hope it's something with acid, you know, like then
true.
acid on his A1, blaze on his core, and then he pops him with his ults. Like,
yeah, that would be good.
That'd be super nice.
I will say, Simon did say that Cizin was one unit he was not supposed to show.
Yeah, I think in the video I said what powerful ability and powerful ability for the name of each of the for the core and the ultimate. So yeah, we'll take all the spoilers we can get from Simon, right? You know, it's
Now, one thing that I really want to say is going over the first 3 heroes kits. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but it's like, man, it feels, to me, it feels really nice if you get the imprints and use them with the characters. Even though Cizin, to me, is also one that you would probably use on, for example, somebody like Ra. Oh my goodness, you're getting an extra 15% damage, you know, there. And then if you got like a YDG imprint on somebody else or whatever the case, now you're doing even like, there's some really cool like things that you can do with that. But again, this is not something that you're going to be starting out with or that you'd even be looking at within the first couple of months, let alone the first year, to be something later on down the line. So definitely, I don't think it's a good pick for your start.
Yeah, I can agree. Any final thoughts?
Summed it up for me. I think he's solid. He's solid. It's gonna all depend on how potent acid and blaze are, and you definitely have to build a team comp around this. But when you do, it can be really potent.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I'm most excited for is the blaze comp in general. Like, was not a thing in Wave 3 or Wave any of the alphas, to be honest, right? And now that we have the opportunity to, I mean, again, that was strictly because we, you know, our end goal was, you know, Fafnir. So it's like, why am I going to invest any resources in a unit that is going to do absolute, you know, nothing to the boss outside of pissing him off and really crush us, right? So it's like the fact that we get to see what Blaze can do in all of its glory and the release of early access.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think Blaze is the most interesting of the debuffs because it has that effect of like it scales with the amount of enemies you're facing.
Yeah,
you know, you're 5-wave content. You get Blaze on all of them. And they're all damaging each other. I mean, it could be a very solid, you know, choice as well for like, you know, you take a Cizin with a couple blazes and acid users, and you take like a CC'er, you know, a Mordred or whatever, and you just slowly burn them down, literally,
for sure.
Or quickly in this case, right, with the activations.
Nah, dog. I'm coming in with hard content, and I'm building up, you know, 3 other people around them, putting Cizin, putting Ra, hitting with Cizin, getting them less than half shelf, blow them up with Ra at the end.
Yeah.
Easy game.
We also have to remember as well something we didn't get to utilize a lot in the alphas was vulnerability. Because the only time we placed it basically was when Fafnir put it on us and we reflected it back. But if we somehow put it in the kit, I mean with the combo with Cizin, it's gonna be so much.
Yeah, I mean Ra has his defense down plus his vulnerability, so you start out with a Ra A2 into a Cizin. Could be very important.
Yeah,
it's like boom, dead.
Yep,
I like it.
Let's move on to good old Freya. I pulled her. I think like day 3 of the mini game, the 6 pulls, I had like 4 Freyas on the 10 pulls, like Freya, and then Freya, and then Freya, and then Freya again. And I'm like, well, all right, I get it. Maybe, maybe. But I was like, then I pulled, then I got Quetz, and then I a couple others that I'm like, I'm switching. But
Freya looks good, man. Like niche, but really good.
Yeah, it's like, so she gives me like, if you ever played it through your restart, right? She gives me like Tsukiyomi vibes, right? With the core where it's like you equalize one ally's turn meter equal to the enemy with the highest turn meter, then increases the turn meter of all allies by 20%, and then also permanently increases the hero's healing by 5 up to 20%, and the ultimate's place attack up to sharpen 2 on allies for 2 turns. Then you're attacking one enemy to 50% attack percentage plus 5% initiative modifier. Then attack all enemies. You're basically attacking twice at 250% attack plus 5% initiative, and then you increase the attack and crit damage of each ally by 10% up to 50%, and then the generator's 30 divinity when healing an ally, which makes me think that her base is going to give us maybe some sort of healing, maybe mins or something, but because you also have the imprint, which I'm assuming is also the passive, which we know the passive, but when this here inflicts a critical hit, heal 1200% initiative, to the, it says this hero, which I'm sure it's,
yeah, I'm hoping more, like this is kind of like how we're hoping a Soul Days passive, where like it's singularized in that imprint, and then in their passive it's like the whole team.
Yeah,
and I'd interested like her base being like an auto crit, something like that, so she's always breaking it without too much investment. That could be pretty cool. I think like her like that there will be probably a world where Freya is in some of the most like highest scaling comps, because that like 10% attack and crit damage, you're getting a lot, and multipliers are like few and far between in the game. But I mean, I know Papa Tesla's, but I could see like a Freya with a Hal with like an Oda Nobunaga imprint, and you're getting like 200% attack. It's probably not, I don't think it's that high, but like 150-ish attack, like an extra bunch of crit damage, some DR, like, and then you've got Hal out here just like being the final boss now. I'm sure Papa will make a video about that at some point, but like I made
my honest thoughts about it is Freya is the type of character that you use as a cut-in. So to me, one of the strongest imprints is going to be Pazuzu imprint, which is when the other team gets buffs. So one buff increases her turn meter, and then 3 you get an extra turn. So if your Freya is able to basically not only cut in but go twice, so, and that depends on if Pazuzu's imprint works that way, right? She's able to get 2 turns, so she pops the ultimate to strengthen her team, then increases the turn meter of that one person, probably your DPS, and going in and then absolutely smacking. Like,
I think her she's gonna have use. I think her use is niche, but like in that niche, I think she will be second to none. Like if you're building around this, like it's gonna be fantastic.
I definitely feel like she's gonna be like one unit that kind of like puts that specific team comp. It just pulls it all together and makes it a lot more viable than what it normally would be. Because like I don't know, anytime you get to sit there and scale, stats and everything else, you create a potential for just insanity, right? We saw it in all the alphas, and so I mean, I don't know
what we've been looking at, right? We're getting a 10% here, a 10% there, and this is like 100% effectively, right? With crit damage and attack, it's gonna be good.
The
biggest.
I mean, the biggest. But I mean,
baddest.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm looking at Grendel. I didn't think too highly of him, and then Sage kind of talked to me, and I was like, okay, like I can see it. Like we're assuming like probably the despair goes up to 100%. You've got like an AOE despair on your core, and then you've got like a nice little like execute. It'd be like a little hybrid, like. I'm not too hype on Grendel, but I'm like, if I pull him, I'm like, okay, like I'll put him in, wave clear content if I need to like get through some tough stages, and he probably hits pretty hard too, like based on his multipliers, like they're pretty decent. So like, I'm not pretty straightforward kit, to be fair. I can't say
I'm a huge fan of brawlers in this game, man. The fact that I can scale survivability or sustainability and damage all with one stat, like so good. I mean, we saw how oppressive Hercules was in the arenas, and I mean the fact that his core is 14% HP plus 130% attack. With I agree, they're probably going to be like a booked 100% chance to like despair for one turn, and then his ultimate, like, dude, attack all enemies, 18% HP modifier with a 200% attack. Instantly defeats heroes under 20% max. Now, there's an argument, right? It's like doesn't work on bosses, increases this hero's HP by 5% up to 30% for each enemy defeated. Also increase HP when attacking a boss. And so there's an argument, right? It's like, in my opinion, really broken for PvP, but at the same time, it's like, is the ultimate just automatically already killing them anyway if they're under 20%? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're if he's crit capped and you decent crit damage, he's probably killing them regardless. But I don't know. I like the potential to like just kill all things, right? And so
Well, I think
really want to
again,
know what his passive and base do, though. But go ahead.
yeah, I do too. I think that you're gonna need people like this in PvP because people are gonna default to kind of tank teams, and they're
Yeah.
gonna have people that are gonna be like, in between. So to me, this is where Grendel kind of functions maybe with like a good Slayer, or somebody like that. That Slayer may not be able to take them out immediately, but then Grendel's there to finish them off.
Yeah.
I can even see a word where you have a Grendel and a Hell team that works with each other. So
Yeah.
Grendel comes in and gets them super low. Hell comes in and takes them out, and then drop Hell again. Somebody's trying to like revive, and that revive's got 3 different buffs because it's an Isis.
Yeah.
And Hell takes another turn, and then they're dead. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot of potential, I think, with this guy. I mean, even though it seems really basic, I mean, like, you get a Pazuzu, imprint on a Grendel, and then it's like I just see like Grendel with a Forge Fire with a Pazuzu imprint in a PvP team, and you immediately hit him with the core, right? So you're smacking him for a decent bit, and then you sit there and you hit him with the you can hit him with the ultimate like right back because they're you've already hit him with the despair for the turn to lock them down, like pretty interesting, pretty solid option for people that are looking at that PvP route. Even a PvP PvE, right? It's you lock the wave down, and it's like you're just sitting there just constantly just AoEing everybody. Yeah.
And if you do it right, then you just drop an immortal on him and make sure he doesn't die and have him at 1 HP. And now you got 20% speed and 20%.
Yeah, his imprint is very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely a 5% increase to your,
speed and initiative.
Mm-hmm. That's
per
pretty good.
20% HP missing, so it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little too niche, but like when it comes in handy, it will come in very handy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing is like seeing where the split happens with like really solid PvE units and really solid PvP units.
Yeah.
Hard to tell until we know what all of the rest of like the base and passives and everything do. But yeah, I think he's probably going to be one of those like potential sleeper units. So Metztli, what do y'all think of? I'm pretty sure I'm absolutely butchering that name, but what do y'all think about Metz?
I think it's correct, Metztli.
Metztli?
She's like honestly like just a very fine invoker, right? Like remove disabled debuffs, res up to help, resist them in the future, and then like a nice revive. She does restore destroyed HP, which I think we've only seen in Sphinx's kit before.
Mm-hmm.
And if that becomes an issue in, PvE or PvP, then she's a very good unit to have that tool in your toolbox. But like honestly, not much to say about it. She's like good at what she does. Her passive is nice, like a nice little buff spread. gonna just assume that it doubles to 50% when she takes a turn.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome, right? With
Yeah,
the,
from 25
well,
to
but I'm
50.
assuming the passive is probably, it probably is I would assume 50%, right? To chance,
Yeah.
50% chance to spread one buffed. I mean, that's huge. Anytime you're using an ability, when you're spreading, men's, immortal, ward, retaliate, just it, yeah, it could be really awesome. Like I said, don't know what the base does. Being able to remove disables and debuffs, or two random disables and two random debuffs from all allies, is huge. But yeah, I think you kind of touched on something, Nine, there. That's like, we don't know. We haven't seen the rest of the bosses, right? So we don't know if anyone. I mean, statistically, we're probably, probability wise, we're probably going to have at least one, I would assume, that is going to focus on destroyed HP versus actual damage. So, having having a unit like Metztli would be really huge. I mean, because I would hate to be sitting there trying to go kill the boss, and it's like, well, I don't have anybody that can restore, destroyed HP, and then like, oh look, I start the turn, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm at 80% max HP. It's like, this kind of sucks.
And I think the other thing that really stands out for right now is the fact that we have the disable and the random debuff. Not too many are dropping in a crazy amount of random debuffs and a crazy amount of disables, at least as of now. Disables, you're typically not going to have more than one disable that's going to be thrown at you. So to always be able to clear off the disable is going to be, I think, huge, just kind of progressing. And the two random debuffs, the debuffs, more likely you're going to see at least two. But I think like early to mid game, this is going to be a phenomenal character if you get them, because it helps protect your team from the standpoint of, you're not going to be disabled, you're not going to have the debuffs, and you have a revive all in one, along with turn meter increases. So I think early to mid game is going to be great, and probably a little bit more niche late game, but we'll be good. We'll be very, very good, I think.
I agree. Hades, the interesting kits. I like kind of the direction that Hades is going. I'm just kind of curious where he kind of fits in, right? So it's like, his core is attack all enemies, 250% attack modifier with a 75% chance. Normally, it's 75% chance, we're more than likely getting booked to 100%. From what we've seen, despair on one turn. So again, we have another, full lockdown for one turn, and it also places lock ultimate for one turn on enemies under curse, which makes me think, we're base may be able to sit there and apply it. Ultimate attacks all enemies 130% attack 2 times. The first attack will decrease the target's turn meter by 20%, which is, anytime you can decrease an AoE turn meter decrease by 20%, it's really solid. The second attack will place speed down 2 for 2 turns, and also places initiative down for 2 turns on enemies under curse. Gain 40 divinity when inflicting damage to enemies under curse. And then Imprints at the start of this hero's turn has a 50% chance to place Curse 2 on one target on the enemy with the highest attack. This debuff cannot be dispelled or resisted. When an enemy under Curse is slain, has a 35% chance to place Curse 2 for one turn on a living enemy with the highest attack. So
that's a handful of imprint. I'm guessing
it's a lot.
The percentage goes up on the actual passive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But I think this is where its imprint isn't necessarily the best, because
I'd agree.
It's good on
it's only
other,
placing one
disruptors.
curse.
Yeah.
So it's like it's placing like one curse. When ideally, I think you want to have a curse on everyone. So like the imprints that we did see in the alpha, I think of like one of the rare imprints allows you to drop a curse, per attack. So I think that something like that would be more valuable, so that you're getting more curses out there, or you need somebody else who brings in the curse. And then that's when this kid gets really crazy. But for PvP, I wouldn't imagine you'd have a fast Hades. Not in the basis. You're gonna run into a team where Hades is not gonna get a turn at the beginning. So you would need somebody to cut in and strip the debuffs so that he can actually place the despair with the curse. So it's like strip debuffs, place a curse. Like, man, when I see niche, I think that this is extremely niche.
Yeah.
Um,
Like to me, the imprint doesn't feel legendary at all,
Mm-mm.
right? Like it's one of those, like, the passive is what you're wanting to do. Is like, so you're wanting to run a Hades. I don't know if I'd ever imprint Hades onto somebody. Unless the fight, the boss fight or whatever, just like I really needed to apply curse like ASAP to whatever boss, right? But
I do. I think he could be one of those niche examples where what we're seeing with his imprint is actually like a fraction of the power of his passive.
yeah,
and
and
like
that is true.
because
Yeah.
it's a very niche passive, and I imagine his passive, separate to his imprint, might have additional effects, more generic effects. Like that's the hope, right?
Yeah.
I think if you get him set up, he's very good. I mean, even without his curse, additional curse stuff, he still is like a pretty okay CCA. He's got despair, you know.
I love it. I love his ultimate. His ultimate's great.
Turn meter decrease and speed down, which is like turn meter decrease and speed down in this game. Like,
Yep.
it's pretty
Pretty big.
potent.
Handing it down.
Yeah, if he has the curse. So I think his kit is like, he's a very nice controller. I hope there's a better way of applying curse to everyone, apart from just his passive. I hope his basic has something to do with, maybe spreading curse or something like that. He starts his round, he places it on the highest tag, and then he basics and it spreads it. Something like that would be interesting and lead some synergy to his kit. But yeah, I think he has some niche uses. He could be a very, very potent, lockdown character. With lock ultimate and despair. Like you're really saying no.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, I think he
it's
can be
niche.
very good on bosses because of just the lock ultimate and the initiative down extra you get.
Mhm.
Because you're
Yeah,
probably
particularly
gonna place the curse on the boss.
Yeah, he's gonna be phenomenal for the hero bosses because you will actually be able to use the despair and the lock ultimate on them.
Well,
So
even I
that'll
mean,
be amazing.
you have bosses, but then I mean also, man, like again, I'm saying not to harp on PvP, but like the fact that we can use ultimates on any character's turn, right? If you're just in a disadvantageous, turn order, and you have a Hades ult up, I mean, it's gonna be pretty nice to be able to sit there and hit him with the 20% and the speed down. And not only that, but again, you have another core that is a potential 100% despair, and you're locking your opponent's potentially locking your opponent's core or your ultimate. Like, I mean, I would hate to be. I feel like he's going to be one of those like headache units and like higher in PvP once everybody has like gear sets and everything else, and it's like, well, I would have killed you, but you locked my ultimate and you despaired me for It's like he despaired me, and then you despaired me again or disabled me again. And it's just like, I don't know. It's interesting unit, but again, I also agree that I think he's going to be pretty niche. So, Mulan.
Keep it rolling, y'all. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, Mulan. Core. Attack one enemy 370%. Increases the damage by 10% for each living enemy. Place Vanish on this hero for 2 turns. The ultimate is attack one enemy 3 times, 150% attack modifier. Each hit has a 40% chance to place Drain 2 and Hex 2 on the target for 2 turns. If the target is defeated, decreases hero's divinity cost by 10%, stacking up 3 times for a total of 30%. And then you gain 30 divinity when inflicting damage to an enemy. Gain 20 additional damage when attacking under Vanish.
I guess that's 20%.
Yes.
No, 20.
No, it's 20 additional.
Divinity.
It's divinity.
It's divinity. Okay.
Yeah.
I think she's the case where we're missing some puzzle pieces here. There's a lot of things going on here, and I'm like,
I agree.
There's something missing here, and like I think her basic is gonna really.
It's either gonna make her work, or
to,
she's just not gonna be playable. I think.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
Her multipliers are okay at best. Her core, like her core is a nice single target nuke. Let's say you've got 4 living enemies, 40% increase. That's a decent sized increase.
Yeah.
For an easy condition too, right? I think that's a pretty easy condition to go about. But other than that, she's gonna have some weird stuff going on, I'm sure, but not super
Gonna be
impressive.
great. Oh, it's gonna be great for a boss. All you
Well, I
need
think,
is one boss that has 10 enemies out there.
yeah,
Double
that's
damage.
Real hard.
1,000%. I think you guys hit it on the head because it's like as of right now, every other unit that we've covered so far in this episode, all of the cores that actually do damage attack all enemies, and this is the first one. It was just attack one enemy with, you know, a pretty decent, a pretty decent modifier. So worst case scenario, you're getting 50. Most content you can get 50% on the first time you use it, so not bad. Plus you get the vanish, so she gets to protect herself. But again, like if everything is just attacking all enemies, it's like, well, okay, I guess that's great.
Yeah.
Vanish is nice, but
One
In short,
one thing I
is not a great pick for
yeah,
a
Yeah,
great
too
pick for
too
your
much we don't
stratosphere
know.
account.
yeah,
Too
no,
much
not
we
at all.
don't know.
Yeah.
Too niche. I
Yeah.
do hope that her core, and I didn't double check this, but I hope it places vanish then she attacks, because
Yeah,
then she at least gets her passive benefit. But yeah,
yeah, that
the
would
man that people have been talking about, that we've been talking about in this very podcast, right?
be a lot. Yeah, he's like I
Big
said,
man
Pazuzu.
Zuzu.
your PvP, or if you're a PvPer, then like this is your boy, right? Pazuzu is, he's just nutty, man. Core with a attack all enemies with a core, 230% attack with a 75% chance, more than likely going to be booked to 100. Chance to place corrupt on each target for 2 turns, which is huge. If the target is aligned with order, place fear on the target for 1 turn. So it's
Can't
very
lose.
clear that the order chaos balance in this game is drastically like scaled to order being just the most broken, the broken faction, and I don't think it's close. So it's nice to be able to have someone that's going to be able to come in and try to balance that scale a little bit. And then the ultimate attack all enemies, 120% attack 3 times. Each hit has a 50% chance to place vulnerable to, acid, and curse 2 on each target for 2 turns. And then he gains 20 divinity when placing a debuff or disable on an enemy. But realistically, I mean, the imprint's where it's at, right? It is imprint being able to cut and grant that that user an extra turn is
So good.
dude. Like
That is
chef's kiss. How good that is.
beautiful.
And so
Beautiful.
I mean, we
I
just
would-
talked about them earlier as well. This is a perfect
Mhm.
setup for all the burn teams and the acid teams, and
Oh yeah.
and for that Hades.
Yeah. And also too for Cizin.
Yeah.
Very nice setup for Cizin.
Yep.
We also don't know what fear does.
Yeah,
We
we don't
know
know what
terrify,
yeah.
which it might be, which is I think it's 50% reduced divinity costs or something like that. It's like
it may very well be the
Divinity
same
cost?
code as
Yeah.
as Raid, which is basically 50% chance for them to either
Miss the
skip their
turn.
turn or not, and then that's it. So
Terrify.
probably it's going to be something like that. Just 50% chance to miss the turn. So they they either will go or they won't go, one or the other.
We'll have to
This
see
guy-
when that comes out.
This guy has some niche uses, but most of his power budget's in his imprint and his passive, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
We have his basic, but yeah, he looks like he's like corrupt on all enemies is actually like really
It's
quite strong.
really good. Like
Yeah.
you're stealing all the
Only-
buffs. Like
Bringing so
Yeah.
much. He's
Yeah.
bringing corrupt, vulnerable,
Yeah.
acid, and curse. Like he's placing like all these
definitely,
Debuffs go.
definitely a
debuffs that are
stable
just
and,
really good. So
yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal. If there is a debuffer that you would pick, this is definitely to me one of the top ones that you could pick that would be very valuable all the way into in game, straight up. He's
Yeah.
just
1000%.
he's really good.
Like if you're
If you
planning
get
to
the
take
imprint,
on,
lock it.
if you're making a chaos team and you're going down the order tower, like staple, like it's not close.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I think the fact that you're able to you place the fear and then have corrupt, like he's going to be a staple to a lot of the chaos teams trying to clear when the new season comes around. Because I mean, I still, like I said, I don't think that man, for free to play and everything else, and unless something changes, it's going to be very hard not to recommend people to go the order route and then tackle the chaos tower in
Mhm.
season, in just the first season. But
Yeah.
it's if you do the curse route, taking on the order guys, I mean, Pazuzu's got to be in like your short list of units you're wanting to have to kind of like complete that feature, that content, game mode, whatever you want to call it. So
Agreed.
I don't think
But
I'd recommend him for the mini game, just
no,
because he's very niche.
no.
He's like, but if you get him, you won't be sad. He'll unlock something for you.
Mhm.
Like 100%, he'll unlock something for you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like I don't recommend it as a god, but like as an imprint, oh man, dude, if you love like I don't know, like it's the imprint's up there. Like I don't know if it's in my top
Oh, I
three,
agree.
but it's definitely probably in my top five.
I'm gonna go on the limb and say I would say there are better picks, but he is one that I would recommend.
Yeah, I
That's
wouldn't.
fine.
I would not be. I would not be mad if Pazuzu was ended up being one of the imprints I ended up with. So I mean, it's.
Mhm.
I mean, of course, everybody wants Wukong or a couple of the others, but
Mhm.
yeah, anytime you can cut and get free attacks, and then it would be less potent if the ultimate system wasn't the ultimate system, right? Because
Mhm.
being able to use not just his, but use 4 other characters' ultimates and then his ability, like the possibilities are really endless with an imprint
Oh
like
yeah.
that. So,
Oh yeah.
Payrun.
Right.
What do we think about?
Perun.
What do
Let
we
me
think
talk
about
about
Payrun?
him.
Hit him
Talk
up.
about him. So we got the core, attack all enemies, 300% attack and inits, 75% chance to reduce the target's turn meter by 20%. That's every person, so every target. He has an ultimate that hits 7 times at random. Each of the hits 35% chance to decrease the turn meter's targets by 10%. And then additional attacks against the same target reduce the turn meter by 5%. He also gains 10% divinity when placing a debuff or disable on an enemy. So to me, that's I don't know. Like I feel like I had to use Nine's terminology. There's something missing there for me.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, he's basically Wukong Jr., right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those that the only thing I think he has going for him is he does more damage, I think, in his ultimate than Wukong does.
Mm-hmm.
Good chunk more actually. Like it's actually like
Nice.
significant because
Almost 30%.
well,
I think-
it's not just that because Wukong. Something to know about this, right? Wukong has damage fall off the more he hits a
Yeah.
single target. Perun
Yeah,
doesn't.
true.
So,
Yeah.
like, if you're on against just a boss, Wukong's going to be doing less and less damage. Perun is like full 700% attack, like that, like.
Yeah.
And then it seems like if you hit at the same target multiple times, every successive hit is reducing their turn meter by 5%. And I have some secret tech that like I was thinking of doing. I was gonna like take Perun, I was gonna take like a Thunderbolt and a Camazot's imprint, and just like every boss I go against, I'm just like yoink all of your turn meter, and now I take a turn.
Yeah.
And I think we got confirmation on the Discord. We don't know what exactly it is, but I think his divinity generator is incorrect. We just don't really know what it is.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't unless his A1 has some stuff that we don't know about. It doesn't really. It's really hard to generate divinity on this guy.
But again, here we go. Say kind of a running, a little kind of a running thing we got here. Another core, attack all enemies, right? It's and the fact that again, a percent. I'm sure it's going to book to 100. But booking to 100 to reduce turn meter again to all enemies by 20% is another. I mean,
yeah.
If you don't, like I said, if you don't get Wukong, like I don't know if I would be upset if you're looking for that character to come in and just hit like a bunch of times. I mean, Perun is solid. So
a big note, right? Perun's order.
Yeah,
he's an order. And he's not a slayer. He has really good multipliers for a non-slayer, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, he's a disruptor, I believe, and he has like. So if you need a slayer for order, like this guy might be your pick.
Yeah.
He's like Order Wukong is how I would kind of describe him. He functions a little differently, but like same type of turn cycling angle. Wukong's just insane, but hey, Wukong passive, honorable mention.
Exactly. I saw Leiko kind of pop in just a little while ago, whatever it is.
With the little Wukong thing on there.
So I'm pretty sure that throw the shout out to Leiko. That's definitely definitely Wukong Jr. in my opinion. It's gonna be nice to see what his base. I'm interested to see what his base and the full on passive does. But so, I mean, like I said, he's the order version of Wukong, and I think he's just really 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 solid. I
Yeah.
think you're gonna want, like, anytime a unit can attack that many times in a turn is nutty when it comes to bosses where we're trying to max damage and everything else. It's like the potential for abuse and damage scaling and everything else it's there. So I mean, a character like this with a kit like this is one that I would immediately put on like a watch list if I'm trying to break a boss, to see how much I can. I mean, that's kind of what we did with with Fafnir, is like how many attacks per turn, and how much damage can we, and how many damage per turn, how much damage per turn can we get in for this particular boss. And I think, like I said, Perun goes on my like short little watch list to see if I can break him or not. So, but,
I like it.
yeah.
Speaking of his chaos brother,
Yeah, Wukong. Which, I mean, luckily we could probably spend an entire podcast just talking about Sun Wukong, right? I mean, it's
yeah.
I don't know what hasn't been said.
We've gone over the entire kit, so we don't have to do that part.
So I mean, it's like absolutely broken. You want him. You definitely want him if you can get him for your mini game. If you're going the Slayer route. So yeah,
this is one of the few exceptions, just because of what he brings to what he really brings to the team again. So this is not an ideal recommendation, but you always do end up having those one or two standout characters that can kind of do everything for the team.
Yeah.
But the issue that you will have, of course, with picking a Slayer is still going to be the same issue. If you cannot understand the game well enough to build your other characters around them, because if you're free to play and you go with some Wukong, okay, then now you're going to have to deal with the free to play options of those who can support your team. So if you're not willing to go in and invest in those, then the CCs will be out there to say, hey, these are the best supports and stuff that you can go. Or if you just happen to not pull a support and you pull another Slayer, you're gonna have to work with that.
You bring up a good point, and I think I'm gonna have a hot take here. And it kind of goes into the next character, right? I do not think if you are free to play that you should be pulling Sun Wukong for the minigame. I don't. I think you have better options of potentially Heimdall or the next character, which is Viviane, the Lady of the Lake. Like, she's broken. Like I'm sorry, the best support in the game. If her basic kills you in any sort of way, like, in my opinion, probably the number one. Like, from a free to play player standpoint, like, look at it this way. So you have Viviane, where you have Shishi and a Guan Yu start. They're already joining attacks. You're getting additional damage. You're getting additional whatchamacallits that way. If you bring in another, if you bring up another defender or whatever else, like, there's so many options from a free to play standpoint, where this character, Viviane alone, which, I mean, her core, let's get into it, place attack up 2 and defense up 2 on all allies for 2 turns, then increase the duration of all buffs on all allies by 1 turn. Ultimate, remove all disables from all allies and remove all debuffs from all allies. From Avalon, which again is ults in Avalon. Attack one enemy, 175% attack plus 1,000 initiative with all allies joining the attack, which is nuts. And then increase the turn meter of all allies by 20%. And you gain 60 divinity when placing a buff on an ally. And then the imprint is this hero deals or inflicts 10% damage with their basics. This is doubled when joining attacks, which basically tells you probably passive is more than likely some version of 20, 25, whatever increased damage with their, like, it's probably the same thing, just doubled, which tells me if you're I can potentially have upwards of like a 30, 40, 50, 60% extra damage to all of my joint attacks. Like, broken.
It does state on her imprint that it's only this hero, so it could be another one where this goes to the whole team.
Yeah,
but it could just be her. But even if it's just her, you're given that we don't we don't know if she heals or not. If she doesn't, you want to bring a support like a defender with her, a she maybe a different defender that provides shield or some type of
That's what I'm saying. You have an Isolde, right? And then Isolde gets to
I mean, we just don't know if Isild's going to work the same, right?
Well, that's true.
That's the problem. Like, we just don't know. But if she doesn't have any sort of healing, and I like Viviane a lot, right? She is cracked into my top 5 list, short list for the minigame. My word of warning to all of you: if you're gonna take Viviane, you need she is a support that provides purely offensive support. She provides a little bit of defensive support through osmosis, like removing disables and debuffs, and things like ally attacks can bring defenses in other ways if A1s have mends or whatever. But she's mostly like an offensive support. She doesn't provide any sustain, so you need to solve that if you're going to bring her into your team.
I find her,
take that into account
for sure. But I think I've put her in the same role or the same slot as I would like a Shamash, right? They both kind of play similar roles. Yeah, Shamash has the revive, but they both give the joint attack, and it's like they both kind of feel that like support, like that. Yeah, exactly. And so. Very solid. And at the end of the day, man, we have gear sets. We have 2-piece Avenger. We have 4-piece body. Like if they continue, if they're still the same like they were in Alpha, like
and they work.
Yeah.
All they have to do is work 25% of what it is.
Yeah,
that makes this character absolutely broken. I think that this character is.
Yeah.
In all honesty, because I wasn't really high on Viviane because I wasn't really reading the kit, but I think is definitely top 5. I would even go to mention top 3.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why is because number 1, she does protect your team. Yeah. She brings attack up and defense up. But the big thing is to increase also the buff duration of every single buff. So that allows you to sustain another turn, which means your turn rotation is solved.
Yeah.
Because maybe you don't have the books and stuff right now. But then later on down the line, when you do get the books, you're never running out of your buffs.
Did we see the actual turn? Was this a 4-3 or 6-4?
I don't know.
I think it was maybe 6-4. I don't remember exactly.
I don't know.
Okay.
But with Viviane also, she's going to age gracefully with your account too. She buff extenders we know from other games like this are exceedingly good. We were theory crafting what like our dream team would be just from what we've seen in the kits right now, and like a Heimdall Viviane extending that retaliate, that protects. She's going to be a force multiplier to your account in more ways than I think Shamash is. Shamash is a fantastic force multiplier for like just raw offensive, like hit this target, all of you. Whereas Viviane provides that. Plus, she extends debuffs. She's, a reset button if you get disabled or debuffed. She's a turn meter filler. She's got so much, and her, her divinity generator, right? Just looking at her kit, she's maybe getting 2 turn ultimates.
Yeah,
she is incredibly good.
Yeah, being able to have multiple joint attacks with your ultimates is absolutely nutty. And then again, like I said, from a free to play standpoint, definitely in my opinion, like one of my top on the list. Like especially for the minute game, and just in general for the breadth of your account. Like I see Viviane being like a staple of a lot of teams for a long time, and it's scary to think that at some point she's going to get power crept out, which is just mind blowing that could
it'll take a long
the only
time.
Reason it'll be a long time. The only reason again why I think that she's not the number 1 is just because her ultimate doesn't remove debuffs from everybody. So you're kind of stuck with an Avalon team if you're going to do that. But you can also flex and have someone else do that. But I think also with the joining attack with everyone, I mean, if you have another ally attack joiner, just like what you mentioned earlier, even from a free-to-play standpoint, or for those who are going in, like you're going to be able to bring in Viviane, you're going to be able to bring in a Shamash at the same time if you get that. That's going to be crazy for bossing.
Well, I mean, think of it this way, right? So I think I put a breakdown in like the Hivemind Discord, right? So it's like for a spender, is like if you go and lock in like Viviane or even Sun Wukong, like the fact that you can literally go, you have Viviane on your team, you have Shishi, you have Guan, like just even if you have a team of Shishi, Guan Yu, Viviane, Sun Wukong, insert whatever. Like say we're spending, right? So there's gonna be some whales out there. So it's like if I'm looking at this from a free to play versus like a spender aspect, like I do not at this current moment in time see a better team than Shishi, Guan Yu. I mean, granted, Shishi and Guan Yu are your kind of like flex spots, but Viviane, Wukong, Heimdall, just those three like core units. And if you have Shishi and Guan Yu, the amount of attacks that you're getting on your active turn, but then also on the passive side, where on your enemy's turn, and then everything is getting amplified by potentially amplified by joint attack damage and whatnot. Like how what other team comp is going to do anywhere near the amount of damage? Or worst case scenario, you say you take a Guan Yu out and you put a bleeder in, right? So you put an Achilles or a Dracula or something else, right? You get your 10 stacks, you put crooks on all of your non-other DPS units, and then every time they're joint attacking, Crook is then procking all of the bleed stacks constantly over and over again. Where in this game currently are you going to beat that amount of damage on a boss? I just don't see it. Mathematically, I just don't see it. So
it's definitely one of the best.
Yeah. And so
yeah.
And again,
someone to look out for from the new batch, 100%.
1,000%.
Someone I would 100% consider locking in over anything we've seen so far. Like I put Heimdall slightly above her.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yeah. I like. For me, Heimdall just gives that level of support and cushion that I really like and retaliate. But Viviane is like, if you want an aggressive start to your account, like, and you want someone like Viviane or Wukong, like, and that's you're pushing content fast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
flying by the seat of your pants, but you're pushing content.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be solid. So
let's bang out the last one and
our last guy, one of us,
Mr. Wang.
Yeah, the Yan Wang. Oh man, see, that's like we talk about two of like probably most broken characters that they've released, and we go to like the Yan Wang, and it's kind of like that. It's like we just had a great meal, and then we're just having like one of the worst desserts possible, right? So it's like a core of attack. Yeah, attack one enemy, 280% attack, 250% initiative, has a 75% chance, probably able to book it to 100. Place a random defense down, attack down, or res down. So it's like it's just random. You don't even know what you're applying for 2 turns. Ultimate is attack all enemies, 220% attack plus 220% initiative. Then has a 35% chance to place lock core and lock passives on each target for 2 turns, and then generator of gain divinity when placing a debuff on an enemy. Imprint is whatever. I mean, ultimately, like his ultimate is about the only thing that I'm excited for. But even then, it's only a 35% chance. Like how is that legendary? Like let me lock core and passives. Like make it to where I am like, if I'm gonna ultimate this guy, I am locking core and passives. And if I can do that,
or at least be a triple hitter.
Yeah.
Yep. Give me some chat. Like he's just, and I mean, you guys know me, right? If there's a condition, if there's not 100% chance, I hate it.
Yeah.
And this guy is like the epitome of what I hate in game design. It's like he's the most conditional guy in the business, right? His core is a single target, right? Attack, single target with a random debuff. One of those debuffs being like kind of irrelevant, like attack down and defense down are both going to be useful. Res down is like very niche, right? You're almost never needing it to hit your accuracy thresholds. And then his ultimate is just like even if it books up to a 50%, right? Even if it's a 70%, like the only way that this gets saved is if that generator is completely wrong and you can get that ultimate every turn. If you can get that ultimate every turn, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But as he is now, I just don't see it. I mean, the passive, even if it's 50% initiative, we saw how initiative was in the alpha, and I know they're making strides to make initiative more impactful, but it could be impactful, right? If this carries over wage, you have 50% initiative, maybe he is getting that ult off every turn, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll put my hands up and be like, okay, bit of Yang Wang, I don't mind, bit of Yang Wang.
Or if in his base he has chances of getting extra turns, which means that his core has a chance of popping off multiple times.
Yeah, divinity generation, like
He needs help.
If this core was something like a Golden Guardian, right, where he has specific debuffs for specific archetypes, right? You know, you place defense down on defenders, attack down on slayers, res down on brawlers and like disruptors, something like that. Maybe I can see this, right? And like make it an AoE. He's a legendary. Make it an AoE.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, the fact that it only attacks one. He
looks so cool. Yeah, he looks so cool as well, right? Like we've all seen his design, like the no eyes. He looks absolutely awesome.
Got the tusk sticking out and everything else.
I honestly think the thing that would also help out is leave his kit the same, and he gets a knit and he also gets speed. So imagine this passive, he gets 10% a knit and speed, and it stacks up to 50%. So basically, you know, he's not as powerful at the beginning, but holy crap, when he ramps up, it's like, dang, bro. Why the frick did we not take this dude out? And why the frick did you not take him out when he revived again? And he's a match turner. You see what I'm saying? Like he absolutely turns over a PvP match. Or if there's like wave content, he absolutely turns it over, because with the imprint, it says when an enemy dies. So I imagine his passive is going to be the same. So it doesn't matter who takes out anything, it's gonna ramp up. So I think he just needs some tweaks on this kit, and it will be it'll be flat out amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
I would love in the lore, he's very much tied into some I can't remember their names, but like maybe that's where his power is gonna come from. But
that's a good point.
Yeah, and you know, on the, I mean, like this is our last guy, so I'm just gonna like get a little bit off on a tangent, but like, you know. If you have units that are having these team up abilities, please make their base kits like as good as a normal person should be.
Yeah.
Because when they have these team abilities, the sacrifice is your team building. And that's a big deal. Like sacrificing your team building to like incorporate these team up abilities, they need to be better than the sum of its parts, right? This was a big sentiment we had in Alpha, is like these payoffs need to be bigger than the sum of their parts. And like, this guy screams to me like he's doing something with someone, because if that's his kit, like I'm like, poo poo.
Yep.
Let me counter argument this. This is the event giveaway character type stuff. So when Valentine's rolls around, you get Yan Wang and his partner together, but you actually can get them. Not, you know, like most of the games that we have currently, it's like you got to spend oodles of money to get these characters. Nah, let us be able to reasonably get them in a couple of pools. Give us some pools. Get him, get the partner. Then now you have something fun that everybody can use in the game.
I mean, that could be pretty good. And I like how you went to Valentine's Day with the Yang. The Wang.
Yeah. I did say yin and yang. Yin yang wang.
Oh man.
Let me stop before I get offensive.
Change the tag on is like not suitable for kids. It's like
it's
the best. Well, I think that's all of them, man. Like we're just waiting for the base. We're just waiting for the final hero pages and everything to be done, and Simon and them. I will say this, and I'll throw it out there, and I think this would be good for Fateless as well as all of the content creators. I think it'd be really nice if the Fateless team, if there's any left that need to be spoiled or whatever, like toss one out to your content creators, slap them an embargo, say, hey, don't release it until next Friday or whatever else. But like, build some community. Let's build some community hype up, Simon. Let's toss some kits and, or maybe a boss. I mean, bosses. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But hook on these
a little piece.
Yeah. Let's pick on Papa Tez for a second. Who would you want? Whose kit would you want to reveal? If you know someone like from the people that we know.
Whose kit would I want to reveal out of all the ones who went over today?
No, like anyone. Or anyone that we know the name of currently. Who's like tickling your brain of like, you're like, ooh. Like there's like Apollo. He's an interesting one. We don't know anything about him.
Apollo is a huge one for me, but I also am very, very interested in Izanami and Izanagi.
Oh,
I really want to see, because I know they're partnered up. And I feel like they're going to be so... I want them to be broken, because of there's always so much good lore around. You know,
look at the camera. Simon, Susie, Izanami, Izanagi. to Mr. Papa Ted.
Yeah.
Sold
Sold.
for one Friday leak.
There we go. Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, because we get, as of right now, we know what a lot of imprints do for some of the characters, but we have no idea what their
No,
kits
nothing
do.
on them too.
I mean,
We don't even know their imprints, right? Izanagi, we don't have their imprints, so they are unknowns.
Yeah,
and they look cool
Complete
too. Izanami looks like she looks beautiful. Like the whole theme, so good.
Did you have someone name that you wanted to, like, if there was a kit
Do I
for
want
them?
to reveal?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, maybe they're gonna force me to make a video. I think it'd be cool to do Svarog, that little like flame like coat thing he's got going, like little Smith action, you know. I mean, we saw, we got Wayland Smithy, right? Like, what's Svarog doing? Is he part of the god forging type stuff? What's he gonna do? Be cool. Maybe steal someone's ability. He can take a little bit of ether still. He's cranking away. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
What about you, Pika? Go ahead.
I can go. Mine's very simple. I want Captain Fire Chicken. Give me Captain Fire Chicken. Give my boy Ares. I want to. Yes, I want to know what Ares does because I need to know how hype I need to be and how much. How bad, Simon? How badly do I need to open my wallet? That's what I need to know. For early access. How bad do I need to open my wallet to potentially pull Ares?
So, I mean, I got the Fateless shirt on. Can I tell you?
Yeah, I mean, he's the god of war, right? Yeah. I mean, we saw he was a slayer. So
thematically, he just seems.
I mean, he's got to do something, right? He's got to be hitting hard. Yeah.
What about you,
Pio?
I mean,
who do you want to see?
I love dragons, and I see that Tianglong.
Yeah.
Ooh, those Chinese dragons are so good.
That's so cool looking, man.
Been loving him since I was a kid. So.
Well, I don't know if it's his imprint. Awesome. I mean, if his kit is anywhere as strong as his imprint is, then
it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're 100% sure, but we're pretty sure he's going to be an Eternal because his imprint isn't.
He's gotta be.
I mean, these dragons look so cool. It would be surprising if he wasn't. But
and I think
we did see it in the video. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's an Eternal Legendary, and I mean, I'm excited for these Eternal Legendary kits, man. That's what's gonna get us to take our money out and be like, all right.
See some of those broken shit.
You got me. Yeah.
Holy.
There we go.
That's it.
That's the small fee of $1,000. It's fine.
I mean, that's
the entry level, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that I know we have founders packs and everything coming down the line. So I think I'm really, really curious to see what the monetization is going to look like. And
me too.
I think that's going to be.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saving up. I know we have a bunch of people in the Pantheon that are like saved for 2 years for the game. So it's like. Hopefully we get a bunch of stuff that we can sit there and buy in the new year. So that'd be pretty cool. But
these founder packs will be like, I imagine will be like some of the best deals we'd get in the game. So like, it will give us a good idea of monetization too. So
yeah, for sure.
Keep an eye out for it.
Yep. Well, guys, I think that's it. If you've made it all the way this far, you guys are rock stars. We absolutely appreciate you guys, checking
Comment
in.
Tianlong Yan Wang in the comments.
Oh my god!
If you got this far,
right?
Is that your Valentine's Day duo right there? Your Tianlong Yan Wang?
Tianlong Yan Wang.
Oh
the long Wang.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you guys. If you're still looking for a home, guys, like hit us up on the recruitment thread of the main Discord. Check out check out our public section of the Hivemind Discord. If you like hanging out with us and everything else, we're actively recruiting, so you can put your app in. It's been awesome. I'm Pone Cakes, Tazzy, PO at 9. Thanks again for jumping in for this week's podcast. You guys are awesome.
Hold on, I've got a message from someone.
Okay.
New news. Sorry, honorable mention to Wukong imprint. All right.
There you go. Make sure you drop that in there.
Leiko!
Shout out to Fusion, Leiko, and Sage, and all the other Hivemind members. Keep up the great work on all of our resources, our tier. Like again, check out Sage. Check out all of our tier lists. Like I said, we're trying to put all the the resources out for you guys to make the best informed decision. And make sure you're, if you haven't registered for the early access, go register at godforge.gg. Make your minigame accounts. Do not miss out on the minigame, guys. Like, it is really that important. It's the best way to set yourself up. But
find your Fafnir missions.
Yeah,
that's
for
the
sure.
most important thing.
But
if you don't know anything about that, like, ask in the Discord, at me, ping me, whatever. I can help you out.
Yeah. With that said, guys, it's been awesome. We'll see you guys again in episode 3. Later.
Peace.
Peace.